What up, guys? With the third anniversary around the corner, I wanted to go over some dates, my favorites. Now, I wanted to do this mainly because after the anniversary, and up until I'd say like the 3.5, we have a pretty packed schedule that I definitely just want to let you guys know, just so you're aware of what could possibly be coming. Now, they did say they're going to give a lot of free stuff out with the third anniversary. So, in fact, in case you didn't already see the live stream, we'll be getting in total about, I'd say like 116. This is the select recruitments. I'm pretty sure this is going to be for the reruns, so I guess there's not going to be the most value out of these, and in case you already have those units, but like we're going to be getting a lot of advanced recruits, so I think it's definitely worthwhile to catch you guys up on what could be coming. Anyways, so right after anniversary, we are expected to have one event, right? Yeah, so last year, this anniversary, it was Cindy's anniversary, then we had Flora come out, I believe, and then this was the winter limited event thing. So with this came the Maiden, and then the Guillotine Winter. Now, the year before this, though, I'm pretty sure it was only one unit, if I remember correctly. Now, I wasn't playing when this came out, it was the Neverland. This released the Winter Ludmilla, which I imagine is going to be rerunning as well this year, which I would recommend to try to get one copy of her, because we don't have much water attackers, and even though she is a limited, funnily enough, like Dorothy, who's a 1% limited, haha, very awesome, bro. They're like the only real main water attackers for us during like solo raids. And I pulled this up because like, I wish one of the anniversary was, water, but both of them turned out to be wind. Now, I don't mind having another wind, like, good attacker. I think for the most part, the only real hitter we have is, like, Scarlet. Asuka is pretty decent for bossing, but, like, she's limited, so, a lot of people won't really have her. Me, personally, I only have one copy of her, so I don't really have her much up as it is. So, I can't really give you the most descriptive, but, like, I do appreciate getting some wind, but I do wish we got, like, an attacker, bro. Dorothy does fill this slot, but her and like Ludmilla are the only real attackers. Helm is pretty decent too, but I would have preferred maybe one water, maybe a shotgun, because I really like using the shotgun team. But anyways, that's besides the point. So I imagine they'll be rerunning her. They reran what was this even called? All the way down here, yeah, Miracle Snow. They reran these units. It was the Rupee Winter and who was it? Anne. There we go. Anne was the other ones that they rerun during the summer, which I don't know why they ended up choosing that, but whatever, I guess that's besides the point. But after the winter event that we're getting this year, we're probably going to get like the New Year's Pilgrim / Overspec immediately, which I expect to be Annis. And keep in mind, when they do this year's New Year's banner, the Rapid Red Hood banner will be rerun. So, in case you don't have Rapid Red Hood, or maybe you want to get our MLB, or just, power up a little bit more with extra copies, definitely keep in mind that that's going to be returning. So, me personally, I think I'm going to try to get our MLB. So, it is going to be a bit suspect to see how much gems I'm left after all this stuff. And then, let's see. I imagine, just like last year, we'll probably get like 2 regular events that we can probably easily skip. And then I imagine we're going to get a maid event. Now, I actually was thinking that the maid event last year was the ReZero, but no, they actually ran the Privity maid. I forgot that was that year. So, honestly, in this time slot right here, we could get the maid event for Velvet. They did the Ninja Delta, and that was teased at the end of Arcana's event, if you remember that. And Velvet was teased at the end of the Bunny event. Mustang was like, yeah, we had a squad fitted out for you, and we recommended the Maid squad. So, he left us with that bombshell. So I imagine we potentially could get Velvet for like this time slot. The only thing though, after that, the time slot for the collab is actually a bit finicky. So last year's it was March, and I'm pretty sure, wait, what was the first year's? I actually don't know the first year's. I believe it was Chainsaw Man? February. Okay. So this was February, and then the ReZero collab was March, which is way off. And then I think they reeled it back with the Evangelion Wave 2. Yeah, February again. So honestly, we could be seeing the next collab around like February, March. And hopefully they don't have 3 units like they did with the, what's it called, the first wave of the Evangelion. Dude, I feel so bad for you free-to-play players, especially the ones who started this year. I feel like if you started last year, or like, obviously if you started the year before when the game first came out or whatnot, you would be looking pretty good. But like, dude, if you started this year, you got hit with 3 collabs this year. We got hit with the first time they did a 1% limited banner. And, you know, we're getting hit with potentially another 1% limited for the winter. I wouldn't put it past them to do a Pilgrim banner for, like, the winter. Which, honestly, I mean, I kind of do want a newer version of Snow White. Snow White's kind of been aged, and I wouldn't mind getting a new version of her. So, like, yeah, I don't know. At the very least, though, if we are going to get a 1% limited, I would recommend not summoning for her and instead using your tickets on her, your pity. I think that's probably the better move, but I mean, obviously you just wait and see how good she is before, you know, you go spending your stuff, but just keep that in mind. But, And then after the collab that we're gonna get, I imagine we're just gonna get some regular events, and then the 3.5 anniversary should drop around April-ish, so pretty packed schedule at the beginning of the year next year, and like right now, bro. Unfortunately, if they do like a 3 collab banner, it is going to get a bit muddled, but for the most part, I think we should be fine. They did give a lot of rewards out, like I showed you guys there, and I did say if they're going to spam out like 1% limiteds or a bunch more collabs per year, I definitely expect and hope that they would be generous enough to give us a lot more free tickets and gems and stuff, because I feel like it's kind of disingenuous when you're just spamming out a bunch of banners and it's like, hey, you know, here's 2 cents. Good luck, guys. But anyways, I think with the free stuff that they're giving out for the 3rd anniversary, it should be at least manageable. Also, I imagine they're going to do the free singles every day like they did for the 2.5 and last year's anniversary, so I imagine that will be there. The only thing, though, actually... Oh, when did we get the bunny event last year? Oh, it was after the 0.5 anniversary. Never mind. We could be getting that again, but I'm actually not sure. Maybe we'll get it next year around the same time slot as this year, but we're gonna have to wait and see, I guess. The collab that took its place for this year was the Stellar Blade. Like, if we didn't get the Stellar Blade collab, I imagine the bunny event would have been in that time slot instead of how it was this year. When even was that? I don't remember. Yeah, September 4th. So, anyways, just to recap, after the 3rd anniversary, I imagine we'll be getting the winter event around the start of December. So, like, yeah, probably like right here. And it'll take us all the way to like here. We'll be getting the New Year's around here. And then, I mean, like, yeah, 1 or 2 events. And then we'll be getting the collab potentially either around here, maybe like here-ish, the 22nd to the 19th. Or, I mean, if they do it like, what was it, the ReZero? Or no, it was, let's see, wait. The ReZero was February, correct? March, sorry. March 21st. Oh, it could be like right here if it's around this time slot. And then if it's for the February time slot, it'll probably be like right here-ish. Because, yeah, what was the Evangelion second wave? February 20th. Yeah, so it could be like around here or around here. And then, honestly, after that, we're probably just cooling. Oh, but the maid event. I almost forgot about the maid event. Whoopsies. Would that be before or after? Probably before, right? How was it last year? It was before. Let's see. 2 events. Yeah, we could be getting the maid event actually beginning of February. And then, like, the collab at the end of February. Or next month in March, it'll be the collab. And then after that, we should be cooling until the 0.5 anniversary. Around the 23rd of April, like around right here, is probably when we'll be seeing that. But yeah, I don't know. It is a bit griefed because we know that Rappy Red Hood's coming back. And also, I mean, I almost forgot to mention, but with the inclusion of them rerunning the anniversary units, so they said that they were going to be rerunning Red Hood, Dorothy, and Modernia, like, right when the anniversary starts, there's a chance that they're going to be rerunning the 0.5 anniversary units. So, potentially next year, during... When did I say it was? God damn, I just said what it was. April, correct? Yes, April. So when April hits and this drops, there's a chance they're going to be rerunning like Siren or Crown, or what was the point 5? No, the point 5 was Dorothy before Crown, correct? Let me double check that. I actually don't know. I think it was Dorothy. Let's see, April. Yeah, Overzone. So this was Dorothy. So I imagine in case they want to rerun the point 5 anniversaries next year during the 3.5 anniversary, they're going to be rerunning Crown, Siren, oh, and then Mihara. That Mihara might actually also get a rerun. I totally forgot about her because she got overshadowed by Siren Rebozo. But anywho, honestly, I think that is it for everything. I just wanted to let you guys know what's on the horizon because they are going to give a lot of stuff. However, there are even more stuff on the horizon to like summon for. So I would just recommend to watch your usage of your materials. And obviously, I mean, I think this game isn't too bad, right? You only really need one copy of most units for the most part, right? I don't think dupes matter the craziest in this game. I would say just make sure to get one copy of everything that you need, maybe everything that you want to. It is kind of grief though, because I mean, if you start skipping some of the reruns, then next year they're going to start stacking on top of each other. And then, you know, obviously you skip them, and then the year after that, they're going to be stacking on top of each other. So, you know, it might be a bit griefed, but at the very least, if you have a decent amount of pity saved, I think you should be gaming. So I think that is everything, though. Let me know what you guys think about the schedule until the 3.5 anniversary and what you guys think we can expect the like New Year's banner or the limited winter banner and then the next collab, which by the way, they did the Delta Ninja collab because they wanted to show us that they can go crazy for like the female shinobi architect. So the next collab is going to be Senran Kagura. I'm calling it right now, baby. I'm not coping. This is the real. I'm calling it. Let's go, baby. Anyways, I think that's it for me. So I will catch you guys later.